Hi, Timothy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm glad to see you. Nice to see you back. Um, Before we get started, I wanted to remind you about our confidentiality agreement. So, I'm in a private room where no one else can hear you. So, anything you say is between you and me. And this space is really non judgmental and open. So, anything you say or feel is safe to discuss. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. So let's start off. Why don't you tell me how your week's been going?
Well, I've just been working a lot. It's been a long week. I've been working at my job for a long time, and they offered me a promotion.
Oh, that's good. Did you take the promotion?
No, it was to be a supervisor, but I said no.
Oh, okay. So why did you say no?
Um, it just sounded like a lot of responsibility, and like I would have to make a lot of decisions, and I don't really want to. So yeah, I said no.
Okay. It sounds like you definitely have some hesitation about being promoted because the responsibilities seem kind of hard.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So what else has been going on with you this week?
Well, I actually broke up with my girlfriend this week.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, my parents didn't really support our relationship, so that's why I had to break up with her.
Well, I'm sure it's difficult being caught between a bunch of people that you love. Can you tell me more what happened between your parents and your girlfriend?
Yeah, well, they didn't think that like she would be a good match for me because she wasn't Jamaican and she wasn't trying to get like a higher education. Like she wasn't going to college and stuff.
That seems really hard. Um, how do you feel about the breakup?
I mean, obviously, I broke up with her because I want my parents to approve of who I'm dating, and um, it was difficult because I do really like her and like see a future with her, but they don't want me to be with her. So, what do you think that I should like stay with her or side with my parents?
Well, it definitely sounds like you're going through a lot right now, and it's really emotionally challenging. Um, but it also seems like maybe you haven't had a lot of opportunities to make your own decisions. And in our relationship as therapist and client, I'm here to support you to make your own decisions. So rather than you ask me, how about I support you and we can figure out together what you think is best for you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So let's talk about a little bit more about your past relationships. So can you tell me about your relationship with your parents?
Yeah, growing up, they've been like kind of like super protective of me and kind of overbearing, honestly. Um, I still live with them right now, and they just have kind of, like you said, like made all my decisions for me, and they picked what college I am going to, and I grew up with like five other siblings, and they've always been really protective of me, and it kind of made like other kids make fun of me because I was always like protected and I couldn't go places by myself or like ride my bike in the neighborhood by myself.
It sounds like you definitely love your parents, but you're struggling with your ability to make your own decisions and have your own autonomy. And it definitely sounds to me like you've been struggling with being protected and loved by all your family. And it sounds like you guys are very close.
Yeah.
All right. So it also seems that you're kind of relating your love and your acceptance from your parents to their ability to control what decisions over your life. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if I don't do what they're suggesting or what they say, then like, yeah, they're not gonna like me. Like it's gonna hurt our relationship. So that definitely makes sense. I never really thought of that.
Yeah, and that can be a hard concept to try to understand. And really, what we're going to try to tackle is separating their love from you. You have to follow their decisions. So, because it sounds like you love them and they love you and they have your best interest in mind. But lately, it's their control over your decisions have been making you more upset. Is that true?
Yeah, definitely. It's like, I guess, like you said, like I haven't had the opportunity to make a lot of my own decisions, and it's definitely like playing out into other parts of my life.
Mm-hmm. And I wonder, maybe what you think about this, but it kind of sounds like maybe this could also be affecting your relationship with your parents and how you kind of go about making your own decisions and understanding how others think of you is affecting your confidence and your assertiveness and your ability to make your own decisions.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
It can be a lot to hear. I understand. So, kind of breaking that down, I know you're really worried about your relationship with your girlfriend and trying to maintain your relationship with your parents. So, maybe we can start doing some work on this by building up your confidence in your own assertiveness. How's that sound?
Yeah, that I would like to do that, and that sounds like it would really solve a lot of my problems.
Okay, so it sounds like you really want to do that, which I'm happy because it means, you're motivated to this work. How would you feel about talking with your parents about, these assumptions we've come to and kind of talking to them about making your own decisions?
Um, I don't really know if I'm ready to do that and talk to them. I mean, I know how they are, and I don't want them to think that I'm being disrespectful and like, how I grew up, I have to respect my parents and like my elders and stuff. So I'm not really ready for that.
Okay, I hear you. We don't need to do that at this time. And if you would like to come back to that maybe in our next session and we can talk more about, some cultural aspects and how your family kind of is structured, maybe we can dive more into that in our next session. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So keeping in mind that we still want to build on your confidence and your assertiveness, what are some things you think you could do to do that?
I mean, I guess maybe at work I can do something.
Yeah. In fact, I remember in previous sessions you said you had a really good relationship with your boss.
Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah.
Good. So maybe is there something you can do with him?
Well, I guess like he did, like I said, they offered me a promotion. Um, I guess maybe doing that would like help work on my confidence. But
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. So I think, if you sit down with your boss and you talk about, a couple of small supervisory opportunities where you can start to work on those skills and get, more experience under your belt, all of those small accomplishments will build up to more confidence within yourself and your confidence in your decision making and your assertiveness with others. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds really good. I mean, taking like the job as a supervisor, right now sounds kind of scary. So I think taking smaller steps and working to it, or like figuring out, just smaller leadership roles will definitely help with my confidence.
I'm happy to hear that. I definitely agree, rather than taking a big step that you may not feel comfortable with, we can work on small steps that will build up to that and make you feel more confident. So why don't you, in the next week, sit down with your boss and talk about 3 opportunities that you may be able to have that would help build your confidence in the workplace. And then when we come back next session, we can talk about that confidence and assertiveness and decision making being transferred into your other relationships.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, then I will see you next week, Timothy.
All right, thank you.
Bye.